So hi out there in Floss Tube Land. This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2019 at approximately 10:47 p.m. I'm coming to you today on the 18th anniversary of the September 11th attacks on U.S. soil at the World Trade Center in New York City and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon. 18 years ago today, the U.S. was attacked by Al-Qaeda members who flew airplanes, 4 airplanes to be exact, into and attempted into several well-known United States icons at the time. And so today's kind of a very somber day. I kind of spent the day off of Facebook. I spent the day watching Remembrance YouTube or listening to Remembrance YouTube videos at work, and just kind of a somber day. 18 years ago today, I was in Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas to be exact. My aunt Velma, who was my stepdad's sister, my stepdad passed away in June this year. My stepdad's sister had passed away a week or so before September 11th, 2001. And her funeral was scheduled that morning at around 10:30, I believe, Arkansas time. So I was in Arkansas. My grandfather from Wyoming had brought my aunt's sister, Eveline, from Colorado, Denver, Colorado, to Arkansas to attend the funeral. My Uncle Henry, who lived with my Aunt Velma, they were brother and sister, but they lived together all their lives. My Uncle Henry, we were staying at my Uncle Henry and Aunt Velma's house. And my mom and my stepdad were staying at the neighbor's house. And we had got up in the morning, we had made breakfast, we had had coffee, we were sitting around talking before having to head into town to go to the funeral, to the church for the funeral. Being family, we had to get there early before the church service started so we could kind of go through some things and finalize some things and just be talked to, a little bit of grief counseling and stuff from the pastor of their church. And my mom and stepdad had stayed at the neighbors, and there was a little bit of a drive to get to my uncle's house from the neighbor's house because they lived out in rural Fayetteville, Arkansas. So the neighbor's house was, several hundred yards away. So they ended up driving their car from the neighbor's house over to my aunt and uncle's house because it was a little bit of a walk, and there really was no clear walkway through the fields to get over to the house. So my mom and stepdad ended up driving over to the house. And when my mom walked in, my stepdad was parking the car. My mom walked in white as a ghost, and she goes, "If you guys don't already have the television on, you need to turn the television on right now, and we need to watch this." She said, I was like, what's going on, Mom? Because we didn't have the TV on. The TV was in my aunt's room, and they'd had her room closed off basically since she passed away. And so we go into her room, and my uncle, kind of makes a couple adjustments and turns on the TV, and we watch in horror as the second plane hits the World Trade Center. And they walked out of the room, and I stayed in the room kind of glued to the television set a little bit. And then there was news about the Pentagon, and possibly they didn't know for sure it was the Pentagon. They thought it might have been the White House. They thought the White House was initially hit, or something was going on at the White House, and then they realized it was the Pentagon. And it was tough. That day was really tough. We had to at one point we had to get ready and get in the car. So I went and sat in the car, turned on the radio to their local news station, and listened as the rest of the family was gathering some stuff to get ready and go to the church. And they were trying to figure out how to get to the church because we were taking a couple of different cars. And as I was listening on the radio in the car, the first tower collapsed. And it was really tough. So we got to the church, the second tower collapsed. It was just a real surreal day. that was the funeral. There was supposed to be some singing, there was supposed to be some remembrances. The pastor at the church that was leading the funeral, we were all just kind of in shock. Everybody at the funeral, there was quite a few people at the funeral, and we were all just in shock. And the choir proceeded to sing the first song to start out the service. They got halfway through the song, and their singing just kind of petered out, and we all just kind of sat there for a few minutes, a few quiet minutes, just not knowing kind of what to do, and and everything like that. It was shocking. It was really shocking. But we kind of made it through the funeral as best we could. It was, I mean, it's the weirdest situation, you guys. It's really weird. And I ended up having to drive home that afternoon because I didn't have the extra time to take off of work. So I had to drive home that night from Arkansas to Ohio because I was living in Ohio at the time. And I went through St. Louis on the way there, so that's the same route I was going to come back because it was just really weird. And I remember, I remember being, wow. I remember being alone in the car, sitting at an intersection in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I hadn't made it out of town yet. It was probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon by this time. And I was sitting in an intersection that had at least two gas stations on opposite corners. And I was stuck in massive traffic because everybody was rushing to get gas that day. And I remember sitting at the traffic light. I'd filled up with gas the day before because I got into town and realized that, they lived a little ways outside of town, so I needed to fill up. So I actually had filled up my gas tank the day before because I went into town to get some supplies, some food. And I remember sitting there watching the gas price. I think the gas price at the time was like $1.80 or $1.75, something like that. It was real cheap. It was in the mid $1 range, $1 to $2 range. And I was stuck there for maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours at that intersection, trying to wait through all the traffic to get through so I could get on the highway because the entrance to the highway was like right there too. And while I was sitting there, gas prices went up to $2, $2.25, $2.50, $2.75, $3, $3.50, $4, $4.75. A gas went to almost like $6.50, $7 a gallon that day at that the two gas stations, the competing gas stations. And by the time I got up to like $7, they were only letting people get 5 gallons of gas for their car. It was surreal, you guys. I finally got on the highway and I took off. The entire day, I did nothing but listen to radio stations. I was searching radio stations as I was going along, and they'd fade in and out. I was listening to the radio because I was driving alone. I pulled over, talked to my husband. I think I had a basic cell phone, like just almost like a flip phone type thing. But I pulled over every so often so I could get out of the car and walk around the car for a couple of laps. I'd pull off to the side of the road and I'd get out. It was really surreal. I ended up stopping just outside of St. Louis that night to get a hotel room because I was really tired. And, yeah, it was a surreal night. So, I didn't personally know anybody that had perished or was immediately affected by what happened that day 18 years ago. But at the time, I was an Avon representative. I used to sell Avon products. And one of the Avon ladies that I had kind of been sort of in contact with on various chat groups and stuff for the business, her husband died in the towers that day. And it was just real surreal. I didn't know anybody directly that I knew like very, very, very well. I had an acquaintance through Avon who lost her husband that day. I mean, it was just surreal. Yeah, this world's really small. it's just tough. But, the world's different now. I mean, that day changed the US quite a lot. It was tough. And I'm really surprised that I'm still a little choked up about it, cuz usually I don't think about it that much. I definitely don't cry. But 18 years ago today, that was just really tough. It was really tough to go through. And we dealt with the aftermath for quite a while. Anytime an airplane went overhead, everybody was looking up to see where it was going to go, how low it was flying. It was just really weird. And then air travel in the United States was a heck of a lot different after that. It still hasn't really bounced back, and it's about ready to get a little harder as we move over to those real IDs. It's crazy. It's just really crazy. What all that stuff can do. It's just sad, and it's just a remembrance. Anyway, so I come to you on the 18th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks in the United States, in New York, Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon. It's kind of a somber day around here. Sometimes, there are lots of remembrances, lots of sharing of stories, lots of there's a lot of kids today that is history that they never went through, and it's just you never really think that some of the kids I know were never went through that. Yeah, it's just that it's only something that they read in a history book, if they even read it in a history book. I don't even know. Is that in history books? Is that even taught in school? That of something that happened? I don't know. But anyway, it's just really weird. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to come to you today with a little bit of a Stitchy update. So I haven't really made a whole heck of a lot of progress on hands-on design August. I'm still kind of working on August, but I did get the frog legs color in for the leaves, and I did get some of the sunflower here, the big sunflower in the corner worked on. I got the blanket done. I'm almost done with this. I just have to finish the sunflower, and then I just have to add the frog leg leaves and the nutmeg centers to these little flowers here, and then I'll be done. Oh, and then I have to put I have to fill in the word sunny here in the watermelon with this dark brownish black color. And then I'll be done with August. Then I can finally start September. Yes, I know it's September 11th. Yes, I know that. But I'm behind. But, so I'm in a couple of different stitch along groups on Facebook. Like I'm in the School of Magical Stitches. Even though I've been sorted into Hufflepuff house, I really, just because of everything going on and just life in general, I haven't had a chance to do any of the homework, so I haven't actually generated any points for my house, and I feel bad about that, but you know what? Life gets in the way. So I haven't really been keeping up with a lot of the challenges either, so I haven't been doing a lot of stitching, for School of Magical Stitches. Now, there's been a lot of drama recently in Facebook groups, like in June and July. There's been a lot of drama. So there was some drama in the School of Magical Stitches group. And another group formed kind of as a go along with the School of Magical Stitches, and that's the Stitchy quest to destroy the One Ring. School of Magical Stitches was originally a Harry Potter theme, and the Stitchy quest to destroy the One Ring is obviously a Tolkien Hobbit Lord of the Rings theme stitch along that got started kind of when an incident happened in the School of Magical Stitches, and it kind of caused a couple of friendships to go by the wayside, and sadly, and so they all just kind of decided to part ways and kind of do their own thing. So we have the School of Magical Stitches, we have the Stitchy quest to destroy the One Ring, and most recently at the end of August, a new group has started called the Enchanted Stitch along or something like that. Enchanted Stitching. And it's a Disney theme stitch along group that just got started, and they do the same kind of thing. They have weekly homework assignments. So they're now on week 2. Week 2 started the 9th, and it goes until Sunday. So I actually signed up for that too. I'm in all 3. I don't know if I'm even going to do any of the things, but you know what? It's kind of I have a little bit of the fear of missing out. So FOMO. So I have a little FOMO. So I did join all 3. I have yet to finish anything in all 3, although I do kind of keep track of what the homework is every week. This week for Enchanted Stitching, this month they're doing Sleeping Beauty. So hopefully I may find something for that. But there's another stitch along also starting for the Cunning cross stitch group. There is a gentleman who is coming up with a Harry Potter stitch along for 2020. So in 2020 he's doing this Harry Potter stitch along, and so I joined that too. But I'm not a super big Harry Potter fan. And looking at the initial background frame piece of the stitch along that he's doing, I think he's releasing one piece every month. And it's the Stitch Your Own Adventure stitch along, and it's Harry Potter themed. I like the idea of the Stitch Your Own Adventure because my husband and I are big role-playing gamers, so we have a lot of dice and everything. So you roll your dice to find what your color wand is, and this, that, and the other thing. It sounds really cool. So he'll put out a piece, and he'll put out some sort of descriptive start to it in January. So you read through it, and then as you read through it, you'll decide which direction to take. And depending on which direction you take, that'll lead you to one pattern or another, or another, or another. So as you're going along, your decisions in this Stitch Your Own Adventure will lead you to your ultimate piece. No, unfortunately, I'm not a super big Harry Potter fan. But I did order the fabric. The fabric came in today. It's a mystery fabric, so I haven't seen it. I don't care if you see the address on here. This is my husband's work address. But this came from Misty Johnson from Mystic Fabrics LLC in Rushville, Indiana. So this is my mystery fabric that I got for the Stitch Your Own Adventure SAL. Now, I don't know. I haven't decided 100% yet if I'm even going to start the Stitch Your Own Adventure SAL in January. I may not. Haven't decided 100% yet. I did get the fabric for it, but I figured if nothing else, it would give me a chance to try Mystic Fabrics to see if I like them and everything like that. So this came today, and this is for the Stitch Your Own Adventure SAL, and I will put the links to all 3 of the Facebook groups for these stitch alongs that I mentioned in the description box below. But I did get the fabric for this today, so I'm going to open it for you. I really like the bag. I did just cut the bag open. And I can feel there's a couple of little extra things in here. So it just has my name on the inside. You can see she wrote kind of my name on the inside. Alright. So it's bagged up and folded really nice. I'm going to go ahead and dump this out. I did get a couple of little pieces of candy. That's really cool. So I got 3 pieces of little candy. That's really nice. These are Tootsie Fruities. So it looks like I got kind of a couple of strawberry pieces and a blueberry piece. Tootsie Roll Fruity candies. Nice little addition to there. So this is my Mystic Fabrics order, and I got a 27 by 27 piece of 32 count Lugana. And this is Mystic Fabrics LLC. The color isn't on here, but it's kind of like, it's most generally they're kind of like a parchment color, and I don't remember for sure if she dyed a couple of different things and is just randomly sending them out. I don't remember for sure, but the 27 by 27 piece of 32 count is kind of specifically cut to allow enough space to complete the Stitch Your Own Adventure. So here is the piece of 27 by 27 Lugana that I got. Ooh, this piece is beautiful, you guys. This is absolutely beautiful. And it looks like it has a little bit of pink. Mine has a little bit of pink in it. Holding it up like this. I don't know if you can see this any better over here. Maybe not. It's kind of a green with a little bit of pink to it. This is beautiful. But it's a 27 by 27 piece. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. Wow. But it's kind of a pink and green. This might actually, if I don't use it for the stitch along, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this really well. But if I don't use it, I mean, let me turn this back off. You might be able to see it. Maybe not. I don't think you're going to be able to see it in this light. But it is kind of a pink and green. Has a little bit of pink to it. Reddish color. This is beautiful. She didn't put the color on here because I think she just kind of randomly dyed it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to reorder this, but holy moly, this is really cool. But yeah, so I got the fabric. The link to purchase the fabric for the stitch along is in the Facebook group. So I purchased the fabric, and then I was kind of like, well, am I doing it or not doing it? I don't know. I haven't really decided yet if I'm even doing this stitch along. So yeah, the first part of the stitch along came out that kind of introduced you to what you have to do. So you actually have to roll because your wand, because the wand chooses you, you don't choose. So sorry about that, you guys. I actually put my bag of fabric down on my laptop touchpad, and it turned the video off. But anyway, so what I was getting ready to say is, the wand chooses you. You don't choose your wand. So the first part, you roll a couple dice and you find out what kind of wood color your wand is, and a couple other things. But all that description is in the Facebook group. They released the frame, but the actual stitch along does not start until January. That's when the first phase of the Stitch Your Own Adventure is released. So we shall see. Anyway, and I still haven't 100% decided if I'm going to join the stitch along or not. I do have the fabric, so if I don't do the stitch along, at least I have fabric to do something else with. In a little bigger piece than the Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month that I'm getting from Crazy Annie Stitching. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys that. And that's pretty much all the update that I have for you. As far as diamond painting, I haven't worked on my diamond painting much this week. I'm working on the Victoria's Moon Dream Wolf diamond painting that I got for a review, as a review kit. So hopefully, depending on how, oh my goodness, depending on how this week goes, I may or may not get a chance to work on that. Our friend that passed away suddenly a week ago, his memorial service is this Saturday, so we're going to kind of be busy. We had friends over for board games tonight. I have bell choir tomorrow night. I don't know what we're doing Friday night, but Saturday, is his memorial, and then a bunch of our gaming friends that know him that is going to the memorial. I think we're all going out to dinner afterwards to kind of more memorialize him and remember our fun times with him, and stuff like that, because he's going to be really missed. He was only 62, and we think he had a heart attack when he was a block from home a week ago Sunday night. He was a block from home. We think he had a heart attack, crashed his car. It wasn't a terrible crash from what we understand. They were able to get him out of the car. He was unconscious when they got him out of the car. They took him to the hospital, and he was dead 45 minutes after the crash was reported. So it was a tough loss for everybody that knew him. He was quite larger than life in a lot of ways. And he was just a really good friend to everybody. And he had a sense of humor, and he made everybody laugh, and he made everybody feel good. and he was such an avid gamer and such an avid game competitor. He won a lot of games that he played. He was just smart that way, and we're all gonna miss him. But anyway, so yeah, I've got a busy week coming up, and yeah, just gonna kind of plug along and just try and stay busy, keep my head down. We're still kind of having car problems, so yeah, car problems really suck, and hopefully the car will kind of work itself out now that I think we've got a lot of major things fixed. But yeah, it overheated on our way home from our trip this last weekend, and yeah, it just wasn't good. Oh, one of the things I will say is I did get to work. Let me see if I have it. I don't think I have it out here per se. Is it there? Is it there? Is it in here? Is this the one? Yeah. So while we were down in Williamstown, West Virginia for the Sternwheeler Festival this weekend, I did get to work on it's not in here. I don't know where she's at. But I did work on the Mill Hill Nativity Mary. There she is. So I did want to show you this. So I did get to work on Mill Hill Nativity Mary, and I will actually be attaching pictures and a couple of videos that I took and the fireworks video from the Sternwheeler Festival in Williamstown, West Virginia for you at the end of this little update video. But so Friday night and Saturday, I decided to pull out Mary, and I actually got quite a bit done on her. I finished all the stitching, all the normal stitching on her, and I got started on the beads. So you can see the blue beads right in here and going up her hood. So you can see the shimmery blue beads that I got started. So I'm actually almost finished with Mary, you guys. I just have to do the back stitching in the face, and I have to finish the beads. So all the holes, all the empty spots on her dress are all beads. She's got some beads around here, some beads in here, some beads in her neckline. But yeah, all the holes, all the empty spaces are where beads go. And there's some more blue beads, you know, around the around her cloak. But yeah, you can see, I got some of the blue beads. You can see them sparkling, kind of. So yeah, I did actually work on her. I finished all the stitching on her. And I started on the beading part. So, there's Mary. This is the, from the Mill Hill Nativity Trilogy set. Haven't 100% decided for sure how I'm going to finish her just yet. I don't know if I'm going to look for like Christmassy kind of fabric or like nativity type fabric at the store and finish them and do them as standees. I don't know if I'll turn them into magnets and get like a board and kind of arrange them on a board. I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to do with these, but yeah, so Mary is almost done. I could have stitched more on her on Saturday, but I was kind of tired and I was dozing in and out. And where we were really secluded. We had no internet connection, no phone connection really. So yeah, I couldn't watch YouTube. I couldn't do anything while I was there. So it was just pretty much stitching. And then my husband and I could talk. He did a lot of reading. My husband and I could talk. So it was just kind of a nice little weekend getaway. And then of course on our way home, our car decided to overheat. Which didn't really make us happy. We were 18 miles outside of town and our car overheats. So we had it towed. I worked remotely from home on Monday because our car was in the shop. And we had it towed to the shop on Sunday. So I worked remotely from home on Monday. And hopefully they got it fixed. They couldn't really recreate the overheating, but hopefully they got it fixed and everything like that. So I do have the two updates. I had the hands-on design year celebrations August. I probably could have finished that this weekend, but again, I was missing a floss color, which has since come in. I was missing Classic Colorworks Frog Legs. My local needlework shop didn't have it in stock. And when I was out in California and I had to pick up the floss for the rest of the seasons for or the rest of the months for hands-on design year of celebrations. Mary Pat's Needlework in Long Beach didn't have all of the colors I needed either. So last week I put in an order in 123 Stitch for the flosses that I was missing, which included Classic Colorworks Frog Legs, which I haven't been able to find anywhere. And so that floss came in, I believe, Monday or Tuesday. So now I'm going to actually be able to finish August completely and then start in September. I need to get September done so I can hopefully start October before the end of September. That's my goal, to finish September and start October by the end of September, because my local needlework shop, Cross My Heart, where they have this special going on. Like if you fully finish objects, it's trying to get the push to finish a bunch of objects by the end of the year. I entered my hands-on design because I still have to fully finish April, May, and June. April, May, June, and July, and soon to be August, and then I'll have to finish September. So I'll have like a bunch of fully finishes to do for my hands-on design year of celebrations. So hopefully that'll help me get entered in that. And that'll kind of make me feel accomplished, to get 12 finishes in a year. Woohoo! 12 new starts and 12 finishes in a year. Yay! But anyway, so that's all the update that I have for you guys tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And I don't know when my next stitching update will be. Hopefully, I'll have August finished and I'll be able to show you the start or maybe even a finish on September when I upload my next floss tube update. But anyway, take care. I hope this September 11th Remembrance Day wasn't too hard if you're in the United States. Hopefully those of you out there just kind of take a little bit of time to reflect and hug your loved ones, because your time here on earth is never real. Just especially you just never know when the end is near. And I'm just trying to get a little more organized. I need to figure out how I'm gonna start keeping better track of the stitching homework for Magical Stitches, Stitchy Quest, and Enchanted stitching, and also for the all the stitch-alongs that I'm in. Because I'm doing the Tiny Modernist Universal Monster, not Tiny Modernist. I'm doing the Universal Monster SAL, Frosted Pumpkin, Welcome to Pumpkinville, which I haven't gotten very far on. I don't even know if I've started the Universal Monster SAL. I don't think I have. I think I have the fabric for it. I just don't think I've started. And it was the Words to Live By. I've started that one too. I'm also working on a Mid-Amish Life. I'm working on the Erica Michaels Silkberry, the Scary Berry, on 40 count gauze, but I'm not doing it as a berry. I'm just doing it as a rectangular piece. So yeah, I actually pulled that out because I kind of wanted to get some work on it. So I will show you kind of where I'm at now. I haven't touched this piece since well before my trip in June, but you'll kind of be able to get an idea of maybe where I'm at. So you can see I have the house. This is the house in Scary Berry, and the Batty up in the corner. And this is on 40 count gauze, so yeah. I have my gauze stitched onto some just some general muslin to kind of keep the tension, because this is one strand over 40. One strand over one on 40 count gauze. Yeah, you guys, that's gonna be crazy. I did put a doorknob in the door, but yeah, I think the house is pretty well finished. So I just have to do all the stuff around the house. Maybe finish up the roof. It's been a little bit since I've looked at this, but yeah, I'm hoping to work on some of this in the next month and a half for October, for Darktober. I think if I do Darktober or Dark October stitching, this is probably going to be the piece that I work on. I might work on Universal Monster SAL as well, but yeah, I'm going to try and do this. This is the first time that I've ever attached 40 count gauze to an actual piece of fabric to work in a hoop. But the ladies at my local needlework shop kind of directed me to do this. And this is my, it was Scary Eyeball, Kawaii Eyeball, Scary Eyeball needle minder on there. I think it was just a button that I found that I bought. And I took the pin back off of it and made it into a needle minder. But yeah. So this is what I have to work on. This is also going to be Dark 13 SAL. And this is all using like Weeks Dye Works colors, I believe. This is mostly Weeks Dye Works. Is it? Weeks Dye Works and DMC 310. But yeah. So this would be technically for like dark October stitching. Scary Berry by Erica Michaels. This is the Silk Berry. So yeah. Alright, you guys. So that's all of the stuff I have for you. And I might actually do Welcome to Pumpkinville too, because, well, you know, that's that. Yeah, I haven't worked on Welcome to Pumpkinville since before my trip in June either, so I got that to work on. I got a lot of whips, you guys. Just show you my whip bin that's sitting right on the floor right next to me. Plastic tub full of stuff. Plus I have a ton of stuff in my other room. So yeah, I have a lot to do. And that's all I have for you tonight. All right, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Take care, you guys. We'll hopefully be seeing you soon. And keep on keeping on, because that's all we can do. And you know, I might actually be looking to change my little phrase at the end. So maybe I'll just leave out a phrase. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. So yeah, if you have any ideas for things I can say, or if you like keep on keeping on, because that's all we can do, let me know in the comments. That would be great. Anyway, thank you so much for subscribing. And once again, since I've hit 500 subscribers, the Gary and Ronnie over at Garon Toten Bags have graciously donated a $25 gift certificate for me to give away to all my subscribers. That includes my diamond painting subscribers as well, because you can use their large 12 by 14, I believe it's a 12 by 14, maybe it's a 12 by 13. You can use their large project bags for your diamond painting light pads, because I have mine in one of the Garon Toten Bags diamond painting light bags. Or I have my light pad in one of their Garon Toten Bags project bags for cross stitch. So that being said, keep watching on my channel. I haven't decided 100% for sure when I'm going to give that away. Hopefully it'll be definitely by the end of September, but it kind of depends on my schedule this next week and kind of what goes on. But look, it's going to be in the next 2 weeks, so be watching my channel. If you want to be entered in the drawing, be sure you're a subscriber, and please be sure that you're 18 or that you have permission from your parents to give out your address, because you know, I'd like somebody in the stitching or diamond painting community that watches my channel to win this. So they have graciously donated a $25 gift certificate for the winner of my 500 subscriber giveaway to their to purchase some of their products. They have amazing tote bags. They're just two amazing guys. I've had a chance to meet Gary. Gary is really nice. He's very down to earth, very much just like he is on the Sunshine Stitchers Floss Tube channel. So anyway, that being said, all you have to do to be entered in the drawing for that is to be a subscriber. But keep watching, because I will be doing that giveaway probably here in the next 2 weeks. So keep watching and just click that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I upload new content, go ahead and click the notification bell as well. And that way you can be sure that you know when my drawing is. All right? So that being said, also keep in mind that starting up pretty soon here, since I have over 500 followers now, I went to an estate sale over a year ago now, and I have quite a few things from the estate sale that I don't want to keep. A lot of patterns. There's probably a couple of whips that I purchased at the estate sale that I'm probably not going to stitch, so I'd kind of like to do a whip rehome on occasion. So you'll also want to be subscribed to my channel and be click the notification bell to be notified when those things go up for rehoming, because you know, maybe somebody out there is actually looking for something that I actually have in this big box of stuff to destash. And I'm going to do it little bits here and there at a time. A couple of them are going to be giveaways, because a couple of them are, I have a couple of out of print charts and stuff that I know people are looking to get, and I have a couple of things that I already have in my stash that I'm going to give away kind of special, that you'll actually have to say or do something for those. So it's typically, you know, so you have to be watching my channel in order to know what to do for those. But anyway, so that's about all I have for you tonight. I will let you guys go. It's going to be an interesting week, and hopefully soon, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be putting a cover intro title thing here for this video, but anyway, so that's all I have for you tonight. Take care, and hopefully we'll be seeing you in the next few days with another update. Take care, everybody. It's nice talking with you. I look forward to it every week. Take care. Bye now. I wish I knew what kind of bird that was. What that is. This is my stitchy spot for this weekend, though. Big picture window. Nice table to sit at. Getting ready to make coffee. Those two campsites below us are also belong to Dylan's homework. But they're both empty. You can see our car. So hi there, everybody that I share this with. So today is Sunday, August. I'm not sure what day it is. Or September. It's September, I'm sorry. So weekend after Labor Day, it's on Sunday. You can see Dylan is down at the car. I am sitting in our stepbrother's cabin. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, north of St. Mary's, West Virginia, about 5 miles into the backwoods. And we're packing up to go home today. And it's been fun. A little view of some of the stuff that we had to use this weekend. We had the pool table and everything. There's the doorway. It's not the exact fanciest of accommodations, but it's out in the backwoods, and it was a lot of fun just kind of being out here and getting away. My husband and I are tent campers, and normally we go camping several times a year. But in the last, we probably haven't been tent camping in a good 3 years. So when... As you know, the in-laws' house is up for sale, and I'll give you back this here. So, and I'm going to look dark because of the way the lighting is, and I'm not going to apologize for that too, because I haven't had a shower since Friday, so I'm a little grungy, and that's okay. We'll get a shower when we get home to Ohio. It's about a 2.5 hour drive, 3 hours or so, give or take, with the dog, because we have to stop and let her out to pee. But anyway, so this is the view. The car is down the hill, everything like that. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead, well, I'm going to finish my breakfast here in a bit, but anyway, so my husband and I usually tent camp, and sorry about the shakiness of the camera. I'm holding it one-handed, and it's on my phone. So, anyway, so this is the view. You know, as I said, the accommodations aren't exactly the prettiest accommodations, but, you know, we have a stove, we have a refrigerator, we have a microwave. Here we have an oven. So, you know, hey, and the water, the water's in these little blue jugs over there. There's a water pump to pump the water into the sink, and a bucket that you have to empty, and a little teeny porta potty to go pee in, and poop in and whatever. But, so anyway, yeah. Anyway, we're getting ready to wrap up our weekend here. We came down for the Sternwheeler Festival in Marietta, Ohio. The in-laws' house is up for sale, and it's completely empty, so we weren't able to stay there. Although we did congregate on the porch and stuff for the festivities yesterday. That was a lot of fun. So we have about a 45-minute drive back to the house, and then we have to drop off the key to the camp. Sorry, it's jerky. To drop off the key to the camp, and then we get to head home. So that's about all that's about it for me here. The nice thing about this is there's really no internet and really no cell service, so we've kept our phones on airplane mode to keep the batteries a little more charged back here. So it's basically completely disconnected. I think there's one radio station that they can bring in on the radio here, so it's been pretty quiet back here for us. And it's been kind of nice just to be able to completely disconnect and just go quiet and just kind of hang out. I did some stitching while I was here, so I'll share that with you guys. But other than that, yeah, so this is my view. Here's the table. You can see it's a big picture window, but this is my view. Not sure exactly what creek or stream or river that is down there. You can see the sunshine's now coming through a little bit more. But, yeah, so there's the sunshine. The creek looks rather muddy. We had the opportunity to take a canoe out, but, you know, we just didn't want to. But anyway, so this is where we're at. And, we're getting ready to head on out. Hopefully we'll be back. This is a neat little place back in here. Alright, take care. So this is Saturday, the Sternwheeler Festival. You guys can see the fireworks barge going down there. All the notifications on my phone are starting. You can see the Valley Gem Sternwheeler is passing by the other side of the fireworks barge. People have claimed their spots on the side of the hill for fireworks. And they're playing music off the stage. There's currently no live music on the barge across the river. You can see the Sternwheelers. Lots of boating going on. It's a beautiful day out here today for the Sternwheeler Festival. We got street vendors down the road down there selling stuff. Dylan and I are going to go check them out, see what they got, see if we can get lunch. So pan through, this is Dylan's dad's house. It is for sale. You too can have the view of the Ohio River. This view of the Sternwheeler Festival and the Ohio River 24/7, 365 days a year if you buy their house. And if I know you and you buy their house, be prepared to have house guests, because Dylan and I would probably come down and visit you a lot. But this is the Sternwheeler Festival. You can see there's a lot of crowds across the river. They have the main streets over there all closed off. There's street vendors and a car show and all kinds of other stuff going on. You see that brick building just beyond the crane with the blue awnings? That's the Lafayette Hotel. Dylan and I had plans of going and staying there, but of course they're all booked up. And you can see the Valley Gems kind of floating up the river. They have quite a few people on board. That's the Williamstown Bridge from Marietta, Ohio to Williamstown, West Virginia. But it's nice out today. Hi, Ron. I don't know if you're still watching. But Dylan and I are going to enjoy the fireworks and kind of hang out here for the afternoon. We're staying at Dylan's stepbrother's campsite, which is outside of St. Mary's, which is kind of north of Williamstown. It's about 5 miles, basically 5 miles outside of St. Mary's on this little back road. We have no internet, no phone, so we're kind of just getting back to it. So later on tonight, this entire little park complex down here is going to be filled with people. You can see people have already claimed their spots for fireworks. So yeah, I'll wander you down over here so you can see all the rest of the boats that aren't sternwheelers. So I will wander down this way so you can see some of the other boats that have showed up. It's a big boating weekend down here. So yeah, you can see the sternwheelers, a different view. There's the fireworks barge. More sternwheel boats. And if you see that brown metal bridge, and there's some cars like way over there going across another bridge, that is the Muskingum River. This is where the Muskingum River meets the Ohio River. So there you go. And I will show you the view of the street. This is the street in front of Dylan's dad's house. Dylan's dad's house is that yellow one right there, and it's for sale, and it's waving the American flag. So on Sunday, here at the Sternwheeler Festival, so if you look past the fireworks barge, way over there, you'll see another red barge that's docked on the side of the river with a couple of white tents on it and some banners and stuff. On Sunday, those sternwheeler boats that are parked over there with the paddle wheels on the back of them, they will head up the Ohio River that way past the bridge, and they will turn around and they will be put into classes. I think they're engine size classes, I think is how they designate them. But they will come down the river and race each other on Sunday. So they have sternwheeler races on Sunday down here. And that barge over there and the flag on Dylan's dad's porch right there, that's kind of just a little, not really waving so much in the light breeze right now. That is the official finish line of the sternwheeler races for the Sternwheel Festival. So if you buy Dylan's dad's house, you will be the official finish line of the Sternwheeler Festival, and you must always put out a flag. All right, so anyway, this is just a view of the beautiful weather we're having. I wish more of you guys could be out here for this. It's beautiful down here, and it's a lot of fun. And the fireworks are on that barge right there in the river with the big crane on it. I wish more of you could be here to see this because it's pretty spectacular, and they always do a really nice job with the fireworks. It's some of the best fireworks that I think I've seen. It even is a lot better than Columbus's Red, White, and Boom on the 4th of July. So, yeah. So, just another little view down the street. This is Dylan's dad's street. There's his house. There's our car. But yeah. Alrighty. And you can hear the music over there starting. So yeah. that's what we got. Sternwheeler Festival 2019. Hi, Leo. Long time no see. I hope everything's good with you, Leo. Dylan and I are just enjoying the Sternwheeler Festival. Hi, May Richie. Dylan's dad's house here in Williamstown, West Virginia is for sale. It's the butter yellow one with the for sale sign in front of it. We're really kind of sad to let it go, but none of us can afford to buy it. But yeah, we're just here enjoying the Sternwheeler Festival this weekend. Marietta, Ohio, Williamstown, West Virginia. The buildings that you see over there, especially the brick building with the blue awnings, that's the Lafayette Hotel, downtown Marietta, Ohio. I'm standing on the West Virginia side of the Ohio River. So, anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and end the video so Dylan and I can go get some lunch. Alright, take care, you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.